Hi, everybody. It's Tuesday, and I'm going to do part 3 of the series that I've been doing on Shadows of Christ. Now, I get that shadows term from the author of Hebrews. He talked about things in the Old Testament being shadows of good things to come, basically shadows of the Christ and what he would do. So, in chapter 11, he devotes the entire chapter to well over a dozen men and women from Old Testament history who obtained a good report by faith. Now, these are definitely shadows of Christ and his faith, but they're only shadows. What their faith couldn't do, Christ's faith did. I've mentioned that in other videos, and it's important to always remember that. So today we're going to talk about the harlot Rahab. He felt it was important to mention this prostitute from history, and I think there's something that gets overlooked in her story. So let me briefly tell you her story if you don't know it. Now, Rahab was a prostitute living in the city of Jericho. Jericho was about to be overrun by the Israelites, and it was going to be destroyed. And so Israel sends a couple spies to Jericho to kind of check it out ahead of time. She takes the spies in and protects them from Jericho's king, and she swears an oath to them that she will keep their secret they have to also swear an oath to her that if she keeps her oath, that they spare her and her father's house and her relatives, her family. So Israel does invade, and they kill everybody, man, woman, and child, and even their livestock when they invade Jericho. But they did spare Rahab and her father and her mother and her family, her brethren. Now, what I think gets overlooked in this, oftentimes in this story, but is very similar to Christ, there are two things here. One, she kept a secret, and throughout from the foundations of the world, creation of the world, all the way up until Christ's resurrection, God did keep a secret. Jesus had to keep a secret. He kept an oath and kept a secret. And the secret was the redemption of the world and how it was going to happen and what all would happen in that. And it was a mystery. And then Paul says, of course, the mystery was revealed in him after he was resurrected. And Jesus even explained to his disciples after he was resurrected why all these things from the scriptures had to be done and how he had to fulfill them. So she kept a secret, Jesus kept a secret. And the other thing to point out is the author seems to make a big deal in Hebrews about the fact that because of her faith, she did not perish with the unbelievers, as the author says it. But I think everybody overlooks the fact that that her father, her mother, her brethren, they were also saved. But it wasn't because of their belief, it wasn't because of their faith, it was because of Rahab's faith. So because of the faith of one prostitute, this entire family was saved. And here's where it comes down to Jesus. Because of one man and his faith, the whole world was saved. So it's not by our faith, whether we believed or didn't believe, it didn't matter, because it was his faith and his belief that mattered. And the author, again, I have to point out, at the very end of all these examples of these great people that the author is honoring in this chapter, he says at the end, and these all, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise, God having provided some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. And see, what Christ's faith did in the work of the cross was it made everyone perfect, from Adam all the way through all of humanity. See, Noah, his faith did not achieve perfection, nor did Joseph, nor did Abraham or Rahab. Their faith only obtained a good report for something that happened back then, but they were not made perfect because of it. They were not made perfect until we were all made perfect all at the same time in one event through Jesus Christ at the cross. That is the key point of all of this. So yes, Rahab, her faith did obtain a good report, and it was because of her faith that her family was saved, and Jesus provided something better for us, according to the author. He provided life and salvation for all of us. I hope that made sense, and I'm hoping you're having a good week. Take care.